Life in a Day is a 2011 documentary that I imagine most of you may not have heard of. That's fine. This is directed by Kevin MacDonald and the YouTube community. This project was the creation of a partnership among YouTube, Ridley Scott Associates, and LG Electronics. This was initially meant to commemorate the 5th anniversary of YouTube. The idea was to have users send in videos documenting what their life was like on July 24th, 2010, what they did, what they were feeling, just any thoughts at all. There was an astonishing 80,000 submissions and over 4,500 hours of video that people all over the world had recorded and sent in. Kevin MacDonald then led his group of editors to minimize this 4,500 hours of video into a 90-minute movie documenting what happened all over the world on July 24th, 2010. This is unlike anything that I've ever watched before. It's basically, as you might imagine, like watching a bunch of videos on YouTube in succession. You just watch one after the other. The movie starts out with the beginning of the day. It starts off really early, like 3 o'clock in the morning or so, and basically just like shows you different clips of people getting up and getting ready for the day. And there's people who film themselves brushing their teeth. There was one teenager who was experiencing his first shave while his father filmed it, and there were numerous people who filmed themselves going to the bathroom, which is odd, but okay. The film never really spends too much time with one specific person. Some people we just see walking down steps, some people we see in front of the camera talking about themselves, what their interests are, where they live, yada yada yada. As you might imagine, there are plenty of different things to see in the movie, but for the most part it's kind of the same idea of just people going around doing what they do, just kind of talking to a camera and saying, "Hi world, this is what I do." As you might imagine, this movie has more interesting parts than others. Not to say that the people who are filming this are boring, but some things are more interesting than others. The few clips that stay with me, oddly enough, were a father who was filming the birth of his child, and while he's shooting it, he faints and the camera falls with him. Then a nurse picks it up and continues filming. Pretty funny. A second clip that stuck with me was somebody filmed the birth of a giraffe. Interesting. Some videos are obviously shot with an HD camera, some are not shot with an HD camera, but it's just interesting for me to see what was going on at different times of the day in different parts of the world, because there's no real plot, there's no characters. You can't really get emotionally involved with anyone because you don't spend that much time with them, but you get to see just in general what's happening around the world and stuff that you don't see happen really that often. So if you're ever wondering what happens at this time of day in this certain place, then you get to see that. And because they don't spend too much time with one person, they never like say on the screen, like, you know, it's this place at this time of day. They just give you a succession of clips really fast. This film is well scored, it is well edited, and I gotta say, you need a lot of patience to edit over 4,500 hours of video. Given how this is not really your standard film or documentary, it's kind of hard to grade. For the most part, I had fun watching this. It never really got boring, though like I said, some things were more interesting to watch than others. So overall, this is a very interesting film that I would recommend anyone see, because it really doesn't have a designated audience, I don't think. It's rated PG-13 for, I think, some language and a few disturbing images, but it's nothing really horrendous. I give Life in a Day 3.5 out of 5 stars. A very interesting experience.